Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Property, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. Today we're going to be recapping on a video Raoul Pal made, which recaps on his 9 commandments for this cycle. We're not going to cover all of them, but we will dive into a few because they are lessons learned from him, and I can echo the same sentiment. So stay tuned. All right. Earlier this year, January 7th, he put out this tweet. And then recently on his Journeyman podcast, he basically recapped on this tweet, which he's showing here in this video. And we're going to go over it, but we're not going to cover everything. So here are his 9 laws, if you will. Number 1, don't use leverage. Number 2, don't FOMO. Number 3, top 3 to 5 assets as your main bag. 4, self-custody or multi-sig with good wallet hygiene. Number 5, only trade a small degen bag, less than 10%. 6, hodl over long-term time horizon. 7, zoom out and remove the noise. 8, expect 35% pullbacks frequently. And number 9, buy the fucking dip if you can. Don't fuck this up, right? So we're gonna go over like just the first 3, I think. That's just a way to dive this in. And what I want to show, you see this right here, the 100 trillion crypto vision. That's what he's saying this asset class, the entire crypto market asset class, will reach by 2030, 2032, can't really say. But Plan B has always said that Bitcoin alone is a $100 trillion asset class. That means each Bitcoin will be worth, for simple math, we'll call it $5 million piece. It's actually at 4.7 million. So just keep that in mind. We're not even at 100,000 as of this video, and the projections based off of many models, and even Michael Saylor says 13 million, has this thing going to multiple millions. So as we keep saying, and as I got from him, and that I keep echoing, don't fuck this up. Like, it's going up. You don't have to do anything but these few tenets that he's echoing, and you can get rich in this long-term time horizon, basically over the next decade. So it's not hard if you follow these simple rules. And that's why I keep echoing this, because I was one of those influencers, content creators last cycle that was shilling dumb community shit that we're going to get into a little bit here. And I got wrecked, and many people got wrecked behind me. So I learned my lesson, and you only see me shilling this go around Bitcoin, and I tried my hand at these other platforms, 2 or 3 of them, and they shit the bed again. So it literally just confirmed that, yeah, you don't fuck this up, and you will fuck this up if you're listening to influencers that are telling you to just buy every shit token and community project that's out there. All right, let's go over this real quick.
2032, 2034. So within 10 years, it goes to 100 trillion, which would be the largest, fastest accumulation of wealth in all human history. Now, my job here is to help you navigate that. I want you to all make it to the other side. Unfuck your future. You see, all of these things you hear me say, the bananas don't unfuck your future, don't fuck this up, they're all part of the big thing, is how to navigate this megatrend. And many of you are newer to crypto. I've been in the space since 2013 and I've learned many lessons. And so I want to talk a bit about lessons today, how I fucked it up, maybe some misapprehension, some wrong stories about me, but I'm very honest in where I've screwed things up, and I think it's important to know. But first, let's look at the principles you all need to understand about don't fuck this up. I sent this tweet out in January 2024, and I maintain that this alone will help you. So this tweet says, remember, no leverage.
All right, so that's just a kind of overview of what he's getting into. Now, I'm not going to cover all these because I'm not going to play all his clips, I should say. But this first one, no leverage, that's mainly for people that are trading. But I found out kind of the hard way that leverage is basically anything that you're trying to get more out of an asset than what you put in exponentially. So normally you can go onto a platform and use 10x leverage. So if you put $100, it trades as though it's 1,000. So if it goes up, then you make that 10x. But if it also goes down by 10%, that's as if you lost the entire thing. So most of us are not traders, but We did the same thing in platforms like this, where you're getting 1% per day compounded, and that is using leverage, because you would put your capital in and it was going to give you exponentially more out. Problem was, these were shit tokens that you were getting out, and then it took on many forms. It migrated and morphed into this other shit token leverage play. Then now you have the DripX community and their shit token leverage plays, and they're taking on the exact same playbook, gone from DripX to Venom to Surge to now Mamba, whatever the hell this is, the kitchen sink, all these other dApps. They're all just ways for you to take leverage by locking up your real capital, your BNB, and they in exchange give you dashboard dividends of shit tokens that by the time you get them out, they're worth nothing. So as Raoul Pal says here, don't use leverage. That's the same thing, meaning don't get into compounding your bag and platforms that lock up your capital or take your capital and give you a shit token in exchange, because it will be worth nothing by the time it's over, especially if the devs have their code not verified and public, because they are inevitably hiding bots and wash trades and things of that nature, and they will lie to you and say it's because they want to protect their code. That's bullshit, because some of the best projects, their code is literally open source. Bitcoin is open source. So do not fall for that narrative that they're trying to protect their code, because no, they're just protecting themselves and them siphoning money out of your bag. So you can't see what's going on and nobody else can verify it. But I do want to play this clip, top 3 to 5 assets in your main bag, because that is something I believe carries some significant weight this cycle.
Token is coming out this quarter from the ME Foundation. If you use any of their dApp in the home.
The other really crucial one is only have 3 to 5 of the top assets in your main holdings. This is to de-risk. You see, the space is going to go up plenty. You don't need the fastest horse in the race. You need just good, fast horses. So for most people, just Bitcoin is good enough. Or maybe you want Bitcoin and Solana, because Solana has been, the blockchain with the most network adoption this cycle. Or maybe you have Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. And then maybe you want to go a little bit further out the risk curve, whether it's SUI or Celestia or SEI or whatever that one is for you. But remember, don't have that as your main holding, because again, we don't want to fuck this up. And the others are proven over time. They have Lindy effects. They survive. And I want you to survive. So don't.
And that was my lesson learned the last time as well. Actually, I think I modified in the middle of the cycle. So in the beginning, I was literally FOMOing. So FOMO goes into this because you'll end up trying to get a little bit of everything, because you're seeing everybody else talk about this going up, get in this. You see these on the charts and you start chasing any and everything. And then you got to keep a spreadsheet of how much you put into this, what chains they're on, where they're at, all this crazy crap. That's why I made this video recently on my channel, this one here, the Ultimate Crypto Strategy Expert Insights, don't fuck this up. I made this video here to show you that the bulk of the capital is going to come into this first page. And that's why Raoul Pal says, don't fuck this up. Trade with only 10%, 20% max as a degen bag, and the other one focus on primarily Bitcoin. And then he's like ETH, or if you want a faster horse, Solana. And if you're going further down the risk curve, then you can get out to SUI. And that is proven by, fundamentals. So this is just looking at the market cap. And this is where Raoul Pal did a lot more deep dives, but this is something, an easy one that we all can do ourselves. Come over to TradingView and then type in your layer 2s or whatever it is you want to look at, and see how it performs against Ethereum, which was the fastest horse in the race last cycle. Actually, it traded to be Solana. So in this one, you're trying to see what will outperform against Solana, right? So when we zoom out, you have Solana way up here. Nothing even comes close. So that's why he put, starting with the big blowout last cycle, started going heavy into Solana back here, because he saw it breaking out of the chart against ETH way back here, right? And then when you zoom in, you now start to see that we come in here towards just this year, from February to May. This purple line here is SUI. So let's zoom in a little more. Right about September. And Raoul was pushing SUI, I think around July or August or whatever. But he's also on the board, so he does have stake in that. But you can see SUI has broken out above Solana. So he's like, if you want to go further down the risk curve, then you can get into Solana. But he's like, you don't have to have a bag in everything, or you don't have to have the fastest horse in the race. You don't want to try to gamble on all of them. You can look at the fundamentals or go super simple, Bitcoin and ETH, Bitcoin and Solana, Bitcoin and SUI. Pick one. And even any of the top 20, Bitcoin and any one of the other top 20, you will probably do just fine, even if you don't want to pick or go into fundamentals. They may be, as he calls them, dino tokens, but any of them besides the stable coins should do pretty well, and you catch potentially of that upside. And there's Pepe sitting there in the top 20 as a meme token. So who knows if it has another run or not. But what I'm getting at is what he stated is 3 to 5 assets in your main bag. And that's where I created this portfolio to literally showcase this over this cycle. And it is up 2.5%, even though SUI is down and Smoking Chicken Fish is down. But because the 80% is in those two assets that we just talked about, it's made up for the losses on these. And if Doge or Smoking Chicken Fish or SUI do a rally, then it's going to be up even better. So these are two meme tokens. This is the biggest community meme token. And then this is one that he picked. I didn't know anything about this. I still don't know anything about it, but I was just like, yeah, let me just create a portfolio of this and see how it performs going against his thesis. And then you can compare it against any of these other platforms. And remember, all these people that are showing you that they're making gains, they're just showing you these dashboard divs. I was in that same camp. None of this shit is actually going home in their wallet unless they shield it to you as an influencer and they got a bunch of referral rewards and stuff for it. But everybody else is pretending that they're making money because they want you to be exit liquidity. So keep that in mind. There is no referral code on Bitcoin. You don't have to refer somebody. It literally does all the work for you. So that ties right into this small, only trade a small degen bag. So if you want to go further down the risk curve and gamble on Solana, on Pump.Fun, or any of these other tokens further down, hell, even onto the last 1,000 pages or whatever the hell there is out there, 10,000 cryptos, then by all means. But make sure it's less than 10% of your portfolio and you're focusing the bulk in those top two assets, whichever ones you pick. Number one, Bitcoin. You cannot go wrong with Bitcoin. You may feel as though this $100,000 price tag doesn't do you a lot because you can only buy a small portion. But remember, it's $100 trillion asset. Not the whole class. For one, it's 100 trillion, but Bitcoin alone is poised to grow to 100 trillion. There is no max fiat denominated amount that Bitcoin will cap out at, because fiat has no top, or fiat has no bottom, therefore Bitcoin has no top. So if you're accumulating that, you will win this cycle and every cycle after that. And then if you do a small amount in something else, then you might capture that potential. So I showed you guys before that I wanted or was doing ADA because I think it has a lot of potential this cycle. It's kind of been a sleeper. And as of zooming in here, we can see that it is doing rather well. Not better than SUI, but it is doing well. You got Bitcoin, Solana, and ADA now. And it's already up for me, I think when I bought it, at about 100%. So you don't have to have, as he said, every horse in this race or the fastest horse in the race. You just need fast horses. So be smart about it. Don't fuck this up. Don't use leverage. Don't FOMO. And focus on a small bag of the top 3 to 5 assets. That's why I showed you guys that portfolio. It literally has 5. And the top 3 are legit tokens with sound fundamentals. Bitcoin, Solana, and SUI. Right there. And that alone makes up 90% of the portfolio allocation. So I am not saying copy this trade by any means, but I'm showing you guys, that's what my channel is about, honesty and transparency. Showing you guys the lessons I learned last cycle. And instead of trying to get rich overnight, just let the natural cycle lift you out of your current grind and then do it again in the next cycle. Like it's already baked into the cards. There's at least another 3 to 5x coming on the current market cap in this cycle. 15 trillion, anywhere from 10 to 15 trillion this cycle. So you do not have to try to make 50 to 100x. You get lucky, but more than likely you will get wrecked, especially if you're running behind these influencers, shilling these shit token projects, shit token communities. And if you're in these communities and these cults and these telegrams and all you hear is we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon, that is your telltale sign that you are going to get wrecked, because they won't allow any other discourse in that community to let you ask questions. So keep that in mind. It's the best advice I can give you. I'm going to keep harping on this cycle because I know there's new people coming in. Stay safe, avoid the shills. If you're following someone that's not pushing the top 10 or recommending, I guess you could say, because it's not financial advice, be careful, because you will more than likely 99% end up exit liquidity. It's literally mathematical probability. As I said and showed in this video, literally you cannot disagree or dispute mathematics. So the money will flow into those top assets and everyone else will be left holding the bag. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.